Good morning. How did you get on yesterday? No trading for me yesterday. I went to see a friend, world judo champion, just had a hip operation. So it's important for me as well just to see how he convalesces because my 85-year-old mum will be getting a hip op on the 11th of December. So we'll get a glimpse as to what she needs. But let's have a look at yesterday. Fascinating day's football. Some really good research as well. Those of you who looked at Pisa's 2-goal scoring away from home, that was a nice little habit I latched onto. But let's have a look. So no green screens for me. Didn't do any trading. Randers on a Denza. Well, there we go. Lower tiers can give you tears. That's why I do like the elites and I don't like Mondays and Fridays because we get tempted in with the Super League. We get tempted in with French Ligue 2, Italian SerieA B, the Dutch Eredivisie, all of these secondary tier matches when the elites are ideally where the money is at. Manchester United and Everton, a gentle reminder to you of the importance of insurance. Manchester United should really have been scoring 2+ goals, but you can see again the impact of the international break. Not just on Champions League sides, but on sides like Manchester United. The Champions League sides, of course, are getting it in both barrels, like Liverpool, post-international, pre-Champions League. Man United, plenty of international players on their side. Everton, a bit of handbags at 6 paces for a couple of the Everton players and a sending off. But at no stage did they really look under any great pressure. I was very impressed with Ahmad yesterday. I thought he was look as bright as a button. But just, well, insurance. If you laid over 1.5 goals, you're happy as Larry because you get out of there with the break even. Reims and Montpellier again, Ligue 2. And it went the way of the market, the evens favourite with a 2-0 lead. A potential trade here, Torino and Como, particularly at 1-1. We were expecting the potential for these two to be defensively stout. But I think this is good credentials for Como this season. That 5-goal haul. But the angle in was at 1-1. If you had an InPlay stats feed and looked at the expected goals for Como, it was very, very impressive indeed. I think it went over 2s in play. Probably be able to see that at soccer24.com. So an angle there would be a lay the draw. With Como scoring first, I wouldn't have been backing Torino to do anything. And indeed, they did score via a penalty. Arguably, you could have laid the draw second half as well. But looking at Como's expected goals, bang on the button. And indeed, Torino are creating enough chances as well. But 2.81 is exceptional. It's knocking on the door, of course. 3 goals a game. So over-delivering in that regard. Second half, well, a little lukewarm, 1.24. Surprising, second half, only 1.24, given the amount of goals Como scored. So a couple of plays there, lay the draw second half. And if you fancied Como, you could have sided with Como yourself as well. Look to be in good hands under Cesc Fabregas Como. Really liking what I'm seeing from them and from Cesc. He's got the Arsenal fever as well, keeping it very, very tight. Very difficult team to score 2 goals against Como. Talking of 2 goals, Sassuolo and Pisa. An interesting pattern with Pisa away from home. Obviously no coincidence given what you saw yesterday. 3-2 loss, 4-0 loss, that's a bit of an aberration. 2-2 and 2-2 away from home for Pisa. Scoring 2 goals against Napoli and AC Milan. They continued that against Sassuolo yesterday. Sassuolo, inconsistent. So it's not necessarily a match I would have played. I do not like unreadable teams. You don't know which Sassuolo turns up. But 2-goal Pisa, watch out for them. It is a really strong away pattern, as you can quite clearly see. They have franked that with 3 consecutive, I think, 2-2s away from home. Sampdoria and Juve Stabia, 2.6 the favourite, has you thinking, as Les Dennis would say. all dependent on the timing of the red card. And it looks as if that penalty might have been latched on to the red card. Penalty 56, red card 56, penalty 58. Bit too much of a coincidence. I think these two are connected. So no real angle in there yesterday. What did the research say? Well, it probably said, look at the research. Look at the AI. Only one win for Samp. That was the only time they scored 2 goals. So we weren't expecting a goal fest yesterday, were we? Only 2 defeats came within 4 consecutive winless away matches. So 2.65, the favourite, will have you thinking probably no point in me getting involved in this Serie B match. The market can't pick a winner. The red card a catalyst, but red card connected with penalty. So no real trading angle there. In the Eredivisie, it's all about goals, isn't it? This is a potential trade, dependent on the timing of the OS goal. 1.68 home favourite Young AZ Alkmaar. Let's have a look. It's a 26-minute opening goal for De Wit. It's all about how Young Ajax reacted to that. 1.18 expected goals. Very equal to OS's. 13 shots in total. 5 shots on target. No big chances. If you did play a 1.68 home favourite, and I would recommend it, I suppose, they do seem to be reliable between odds of 1.5 to 1.7 when they are at home. You can see it's just cracking on there with trying to get a goal. No shots on target second half. InPlay stats led this. You could have laid over 1.5 goals and looked for a response from Young AZ. And like the Manchester United match, getting out with a break even. That, I suppose, is the lesson from yesterday. However improbable a 0-1 Everton win is at Old Trafford, down to 10, do always cover your insurance. It's as simple as that. The thing is, if you're waiting for the Man United goal, if they do score, you're going to get a really good shift in the odds, because it's going to be doubly compounded with the goal and the red card for Everton. It's going to really up those odds. So that would have been a very good trade yesterday, the Manchester United one, if they'd got over the line. Spanish La Liga, I told you Espanyol will be feeling confident. They will be feeling confident. They've got a number of wins under the belts. And Sevilla, only 1 draw came at home. Losses at home against Betis. Sevilla's poor form as well. 4 wins for Espanyol at home. They did lose to Betis, we know, are full of goals. Villarreal having the season of their life, the Yellow Submarine. So that, I think, was a good play if Sevilla scored first. Did Sevilla give us a trade? Let's have a look. No, they didn't. I'm afraid Mr. Mila got the opening goal. 0-0 at half-time. You could have arguably laid the draw second half, hoping for Espanyol to score first because of their 4 wins at home. And Sevilla just got awful against the top half. That win against Barcelona means absolutely nothing. It was in the context of pre-international break, and it could have gone 2-2 instead of 4-1. So that could have laid the draw second half. Again, in these reviews, we're looking at you being absolutely on your game and nailing absolutely everything, which is practically impossible, but it's a good way to learn. And now let's have a look onto today. It is predominantly a Champions League day, and I am back in the saddle this evening. It's got to be InPlay stats led, hasn't it? We've got the English Championship as well, and I've done full research for you, albeit AI has done the full research for you. I'm not researching the Championship. It's far too competitive. But you've got the next best thing, and that's AI's done expected goals. And the reports are getting better as I enhance the apps. You're going to get more bang for your buck, more accuracy. Although AI did say that Everton might be a little fatigued from their European campaign earlier in the week, and I had to tell AI off for that. But let's have a look at today's angles. First thing to note as a trader is the amount of odds on favourites in the English Championship at home. Southampton, Watford, Stoke and Norwich. That's a good sign of some potential action. All I've done is reports today. So let's go through one or two of these reports and see what we can dig up. We've also got the Champions League as well later on. All about the standings. But it's very, very early. Any side outside of the top 24, no panic, because 3 points changes the complexion of their Champions League. This is Hull and Ipswich. We're going straight to the trading insights. Gone for an away win. Ipswich Town with medium strength. I like the reasoning. If you agree with the reasoning, that could be your angle in. Ipswich market favourite, okay. Strong attacking home form, averaging more goals per game than Hull while conceding fewer. We'll probably see that in the XG section. Both teams to score. Hull 1.73 goal average and Ipswich 1.86 average goals scored. So that's AI just being logical, isn't it? Oh, Mr. Spock. Medium for over 2.5 goals. Both teams have high average goals scored and conceded, suggesting an opening game. Hull matches often see over 2.5 goals. So we've got overs, and you tend to see when you've got both teams to score, naturally, you'll get overs and a favouring of Ipswich there. And we go into greater detail if you want to look even further into the weaknesses and strengths. So I do like what I'm seeing from AI. I need to increase the quality of the some of the sources, but I like the output as it is at the moment. Well, we saw Coventry do us a solid on Saturday, averaging 2.67 goals per game. Excellent stuff. Middlesbrough, strong home record, remaining unbeaten at the Riverside this season. So a real good clash this evening. Coventry, significant advantage in recent head-to-heads. Don't know how relevant that is because we've got Fat Frank, new manager for Coventry. Coventry have demonstrated superior attacking efficiency. We'll have a look at the XGs a little bit later. So medium, over 2.5 goals. Both teams to score, yes. Strong attacking capability, certainly Coventry I would expect to get on a score sheet. And you saw them a little vulnerable defensively at the weekend as well. Coventry to score first. Well, that's interesting. It's not. I suppose it's a trading angle, but it's not a trading angle I look at for a team to score first. The only way you can play that really is to back them. So that's it for the Coventry match. This is almost falling into the category, despite being slight odds-on favourites, of a derby-style match. Two newly relegated sides likely to be targeting 3 points against each other. Southampton improved recently. Indeed, new manager syndrome for Southampton, so be careful. They have improved markedly. You saw the absolute goal fest at the weekend. So, yeah, we might have to cut this one short. New manager syndrome, okay, but they have been very good. We can't really rely on any form lines, can we? And a quick look at League One. I can't look at every match today because I've got a time limit on the videos, and I've got to show you XG as well because it's becoming an important metric. So I've just picked out one or two of the matches. Luton Town, but of course members are going to get the whole lot, so you can look at them at your leisure today. And I've actually exhausted AI. It didn't work yesterday. I've done so many reports all the way up to Saturday. So I'm going to be passing them on to you. 8th in the league with 23 points. We don't need to know that. Luton, 1.2 goals scored and 1 conceded per game. Little lukewarm, isn't it? Average 1.38 scored and 1.38 conceded. Doesn't look like much of a goal fest, this one, does it? The top trading insights are Luton Town to win. Home advantage, generally good attacking form despite the recent home league form. Market has some slight favourites. Extensive injury list. I don't think the international break AI hasn't cottoned on. It's not going to affect these lesser lights, is it? Both teams to score, yes, and over 2.5 goals. And I really can't be offering you much research Champions League wise. What I have done is I've passed on the absolute key hot streaks for each of these sides. There's no panic really for these teams because 3 points, as I say, will shoot them up the table. It's all about getting into that top 24. This is what it's all about. So any sides outside the top 24, they still have something to grab hold of. Poor old Jose Mourinho, not used to this, is he? 0 point. But a win today. They're up to 3. Another win, up to 6. So they can solve their problems with a couple of W's, can't they? Can't give you any research because this is all about what happens in play. Even sides like Karabag can't be dismissed. They have been mightily impressive. Bayer Leverkusen give you that unknown factor, don't they? They can explode at any time. Man City, you can see their vulnerabilities, but Pep Guardiola's 100th game in the Champions League, that could be vitally important for him today. Bodo Glimt as well can't be discounted with their goal habits against the old lady. So I can't give you any angles. Let's have a look now at the XG. So we'll pick out 1 or 2 matches for the expected goals analysis. Hopefully you're getting used to looking for the Achilles heels in each team. Norwich and Oxford. Interesting that Norwich are a little vulnerable defensively, but it seems to me Oxford United might be unable to take advantage of that. You can see sitting in the relegation zone with the poorest defence, conceding nearly 2 XG per game. So it's great that the AI has picked up on that as well. So it's doing your heavy lifting for you, which is great. And it's providing you with a potential scoreline, which in future, I think it'd be worth me recording. So problematic here for Oxford United, I think. Where's that second goal? They're playing a side who do let teams have a shot in. Notably, that's exactly the same as that, suggesting Norwich can have at least a goal in the locker today. Watford could be knocking on the door of 2 goals today. Preston keeping it under 1.5 expected goals against, so making it more difficult for teams to score that second goal. But with Watford just leaking over the 1.5, there's a possibility of them getting the 2 goals today, and they are odds on at home, so that does fit in. Southampton and Leicester, I think, will be interesting from an XG perspective. But new manager syndrome is the concern, isn't it? 1.63 XG for the Saints. 1.39 as well. They're allowing sides in. But Leicester City looking a bit lukewarm, aren't they? With that, just that 1.2. New manager syndrome as ever. So you wouldn't necessarily be fixating on that one. Let's have a look at Luton and Huddersfield in English League One. Are there any strong expected goals elements there? Well, it looks like both of these sides are pretty good at creating chances to score at least 2 goals. Anything 1.5 for me, I would round up to give you the potential to score 2 goals and the likelihood that you will get at least 1 goal. And that's also backed up by their porous defences, giving sides enough chances to create the single goal. In the league context as well, underlying XG numbers suggest they should perform slightly better offensively for Luton. Strong attacking output for Huddersfield. Indeed, that's what I came to as well. Analysis, high scoring draw or a narrow away win. So you can use XG to potentially provide you with an over 2.5 goal play, can't you? If these are edging towards 1.5, that for me would be a potential 2.5 goal play, wouldn't it? Strong attacking metrics. Now this is a fascinating one. Peterborough United against Stevenage. Porous defensively, but Stevenage might not be able to take advantage. But Stevenage look defensively stout, don't they? Anything under 1 defensively is, like Arsenal, very hard to score a goal against. And when you can marry that with an inability to push this up to 1.5, Peterborough might be in a spot of bother. 1-0 or 2-1 victory for the Posh, says AI. So I will definitely be seeing members on Telegram later on today. It's going to be a strongly in-play stats based play. You saw at the weekend, Championship, we need to have compelling evidence to get involved there because it's one of those lesser lights. Champions League could be anything. It's very, very much in-play stats led. Have a great day. I will see members of FootballTradingProfits.com later on Telegram.